Welcome to Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset. My name's Lisa and I'm here to help you unlock the secrets to a happier, more confident and more fulfilling life. In the first 99 episodes, we explored not just practical tools that can elevate your mindset and your life, but also delved into the spiritual aspects like the power of crystals, universal laws and energy healing. Whether you're new or returning, let's continue this inspiring journey of growth and self-discovery together. Welcome back to Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset. Today we are talking about why meditation or other acts of self-care, self-development often feel like a chore. So a comment on a recent post in the Facebook group really sparked in me that we often put off meditating and other forms of mindfulness. Now, why do we do this? That is what we're going to explore in today's episode. Before we go into that, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you for any birthday messages that were sent to me. I read every single one and thank you so much. But I just want to say, thank you for sharing. Thank you for all the engagement that we're doing at the moment. Like, it's really, really paying off. I checked the charts the other day, and for the first time, I have appeared, or my podcast has appeared in the UK self-development charts. So thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I'm only like 180, but it's the first time I've ever appeared on it. So I do think that all of this sharing and liking and all this love you're showing the podcast is definitely paying off. So thank you so, so much. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And the biggest city for downloads last week was Bristol. So thanks to my hometown. Like, I hope you're here again this week, listening to this so you can hear my gratitude. Thank you so much. Okay, so back to the episode. Why does meditation or it's not just meditation, other acts of mindfulness, why do they end up being a chore? Why do we start putting them off? So I've got 5 reasons written down that I want to go through today. There are probably more, but I'm just going to go through those reasons that I found today and see if any of them resonate with you. Once I've done that, I've got a few suggestions of what you can do to change that. And as I've been doing for the last few weeks, we are just going to end with a super, super quick visualization because I know this is helping people. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first reason that I've come up with why we end up making meditation or mindfulness a chore is because we have made it a should instead of a want. And what I mean by that is, so when we first start doing something, it's usually with good intentions or for a reason. We introduce meditation because we know it's going to calm our nervous system. We know it's going to deepen our spiritual practice. Whatever reason you have, whatever reason you had for introducing it in the first place, we start to see the benefits of it and then we incorporate it into our routines. However, the minute you make it, you add it to your to-do list, the minute you add it to a routine of any sort, we start to see it as we should do this, we have to do this. And I don't know about you, but I tend to rebel against myself. And the minute I set a structure, it triggers resistance in me. So the difference between making something an obligation and actually desiring to do it, it's that little bit in between that makes it a chore for us. So if this reason resonates with you, then try to reframe it. Rather than saying, I have to meditate today, I should meditate every day, just reframe it by I get to check in with myself. I get to spend time meditating today and see if that makes a difference. The second reason that I've come up with why we might start to see meditation or other self-development, self-care practices a chore is because we start to bring in perfectionism. So going back to my previous point about adding it to a routine, the minute we add things to a routine, we want to do it right. And this whole doing it right starts to create a pressure inside of you. So for example, what I mean by that is I must meditate for 30 minutes. If I'm not meditating for 30 minutes, then there's no point in doing it, or I've failed myself, or I'm not doing it right. And that's simply not true. And the thing is, the minute we try to do things right, bringing in perfectionism, like this leads to burnout. And yes, this is still the case. You can still get burnout in spiritual practices, a different type of burnout than what you would experience in the workplace, obviously. But it does start to make you tired, overwhelmed, if you feel like you're not doing it right because you've put pressure on yourself to do it right. And the thing is, self-care, self-development, it's supposed to feel free. It's supposed to feel spacious. It's not supposed to feel like another goal or another thing to add to your to-do list. It's not supposed to feel like productivity. Like, yes, it can feel amazing when you have completed your daily mindfulness routine, and that's amazing. But we don't need it to. We don't need it to feel like a productivity goal. Okay, reason number 3 why you might be finding meditation a chore. You are feeling overloaded. You are feeling overwhelmed. We all have busy lives. We all have different things going on. And when life is too full, when life is busy, even mindfulness practices can feel heavy. And this kind of links back into my previous point. But our nervous system needs rest. Like, we don't need more things to do. We don't need to add to our things that we have to do. And the problem is when we start to feel overwhelmed with how much we've got to do, with how busy our lives are, we start to feel guilty for sitting down and doing nothing. I am totally guilty of feeling like this. And as I may have mentioned last week, this often leads to me procrastinating because I feel guilty. I don't want to just sit there and do nothing. So I start to think about what I should do. And because I don't really want to do it, I start procrastinating over it. So if you are feeling overwhelmed with how much you've got going on in your life right now, rather than having to meditate and add that to your list of things that you need to do, try to incorporate a micro version of it, a 10-second breathing reset, or a stretch, or 30 seconds of presence. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to make it the full exercise for us to get the benefit from it. Like, if you're feeling overwhelmed, then adapt it for what you need right now. Okay, the fourth reason that I've come up with why we might start seeing it as a chore is because you're in a different season to where you were maybe when you started. As we know, especially as 99% of us are women, we know that our energy levels fluctuate. Men's energy levels fluctuate as well, obviously. But our emotional needs change with the different seasons, with our hormones, with our workload. And, like with me, having Alfie as my priority at the moment, like, I have got a different type of workload. Yes, I'm still working, obviously, but I have got other things that are coming into my workload, like dropping him off, picking him up from exams and making sure that he is revising. Hey, just a quick moment whilst I've got you. If you're enjoying this episode, don't forget to grab your free positivity reset map. It's a quick beautiful guide I created with affirmations and journaling prompts to help you feel more in flow day by day. And if you love that little reset, you'll probably love the membership too. It's where we go deeper with chakra themes, support, and gentle accountability to keep you feeling aligned. You'll find everything linked in the show notes. So that puts me in a different season at the moment, as we've been discussing. So my energy levels, my needs are changing in this season. So what felt good last month, even last week, even yesterday, might not feel good today. And that's okay. Things change. So I invite you to just reassess your current capacity. Like taking all those above points that I've given. What is your current capacity? And just make sure that your mindfulness routine, I'm going to call it mindfulness routine because it's not just about meditating. It can be about journaling, whatever it is you have been doing in the past that you now see as a chore. Just honour that current capacity that you've got and make sure that reflects in your mindfulness routine. And then the final reason that I've come up with that you may have started seeing it all as a chore is because you've lost connection to why you started. And that might be because you have done the work and you have developed. So maybe your intentions are different now to what they were at the beginning. Maybe it's become a mundane task because we've added it to our to-do list. And that means that you have forgotten why you started it in the first place. So I just invite you to ask yourself, what did this practice once bring me that I'm now craving again? So if you've been listening to this and thinking, yeah, totally resonate with that. Or if you've been off your morning meditation, if you know that you want to get back into it, what can you do about it? So I have got a lovely little reminder for you. I have very cleverly come up with a little acronym for you, and that is DIPS. So if you feel like you're dipping in your meditation routine, in your mindfulness routine, then just think of the word DIPS. D is for drop the rules. And this is very much linked to what I spoke about in my episode a couple of weeks ago about giving yourself permission to do things differently. Drop the rules. Skip the timer, like it doesn't have to be a set amount of time. Skip the notebooks, skip the journaling, skip the guilt, drop the rules. So that's the D. This is meant to be flexible. This is meant to be about you. This is meant to benefit you, not make you feel stuck by rules. So drop the rules. I is integrate. So what I would invite you to do is to integrate mindfulness practices in your real life, in the things that you are doing anyway, regardless of what is going on. So mindfully drinking a cup of tea, for example. Enjoy, feel grateful. If you've done the magic with me, then you know that this is something that we do in the magic, is feeling grateful for that cup of tea every morning. Like the minute you're grateful for it, it tastes different. So that is one way that you can integrate mindfulness practices into real life. Another way is just standing in the sun, feeling that vitamin D penetrating your skin, that is a mindfulness practice. Even washing your face, like feeling the benefits of washing your face, washing the day off of your face. Just adding intention to those normal everyday practices is mindfulness. Okay, the P in DIPS is permission. Give yourself permission to rest without doing anything at all. I know, I really struggle with this one, and I'm sure the majority of you do as well. And in fact, that was what the comment that I was referring to in the Facebook group at the beginning of this episode, she said about sitting and doing nothing. But we have to rest. Whether you incorporate meditation or mindfulness into that, I mean, technically, if you do, then that's not doing nothing. We have to give ourselves permission to do that, even if it's just for 2 minutes. It's something that I need to get better at. And then the S in dips is to simplify. Really, I wanted this to be at the beginning, but that would be SPID. And dips just sound so much better and more memorable. So simplify. I want you to try a new form of whatever practice it is that you've fallen off. So if that's meditation, how can you simplify it for you, in a way for you that makes it more doable, more enjoyable, less like a chore? If that's walking, do a walking meditation. If you currently do a walking meditation and that's too difficult, try a sitting meditation. Like journaling, if you struggle with journaling, personally, I cannot sit there and journal for 20 minutes. I have simplified my journaling practice by creating my gratitude journal. That means I incorporate gratitude, I incorporate my brain dump, I incorporate how I want the outcome of the day to be. I have simplified that into a 5-10 minute practice. However, on that note, I opened up my gratitude journal today, and do you know what I realised? With everything that's been going on, obviously, if you listened to last week's episode, then you'll know that I was feeling really overwhelmed, or really tired, should I say, at the beginning of last week, which led to me feeling overwhelmed. Then I had my birthday, and I have completely slipped off my gratitude routine, which is really unusual for me, actually. But I realised, I've written it today, it's the 12th today, I realised that I haven't written in it since the 2nd. That's 10 days. And if we think back to 10 days, I started feeling tired, overwhelmed. Is there a coincidence here? I don't think so. I do not believe in coincidences, as you know. For the last 10 days, I've been feeling really bloody overwhelmed. I opened my journal today and realised I haven't been mindfully practicing gratitude for 10 days. So I get it. I get how easy it is to see things as a chore, to not have time for things. I also get what that can lead to. Like I said, I designed that gratitude journal for a reason. I tried to find a way to make it as quick and simple and easy as possible, because I do feel really easily overwhelmed when I've got loads of things to do. So that is one way of me pulling it back and just simplifying it. Okay, I want to do a quick visualization with you. This is literally just going to take 2 minutes. So let's just take a moment to come back to your why. Why did you start? And I want you to insert here whatever practice it is that you now see as a chore, meditation, journaling, whatever it is. Why you started that practice. Okay, so if it's safe to do so, close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to picture the version of you who first started this mindfulness journey. Where were you in your life at the time? What were you craving? Was it peace? Was it clarity? Was it confidence? Maybe it was calm. I want you to see that version of you in your mind. Not with any judgment, but with love. She made that first brave choice to start caring for herself differently. She carved out time to do things differently that she knew would benefit her. Now gently ask yourself, what was I hoping to feel more of when I began? Just notice what comes up. Maybe just a word. Maybe it's a feeling. And let that feeling wash over you. Like a gentle reminder that is still there. It might have changed slightly, but it's still there. You haven't lost it. You're just finding your way back. Okay, so take another deep breath in. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the space around you. Okay, if you found that useful, the episode, the visualization, if you found it useful, then please head over to my Instagram stories, take a picture of yourself, rediscovering the mindfulness practice that has dropped off. Head over to my Facebook group and let me know in the comments. I will put up a post in there so you can let me know. If you've been having a conversation with somebody else recently and their meditation practices have dropped off in the morning, then why not direct them to this episode? I'd really appreciate that, and that would massively help spread the positivity and encouragement as always. Okay, so if you are noticing that your mindfulness practices are dropping off or feeling like a chore, feeling overwhelming, remember dips. Drop the rules. Integrate into daily practices, give yourself permission to rest, and simplify them into a way that is more manageable for you. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. Until next week, keep loving life, and I'll see you then. Bye. Thank you so much for listening today. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd be so grateful if you could take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. Your feedback helps me reach more amazing people like you, and it means the world to me. And don't forget, you're always welcome to come over to my Facebook group and share what you loved about this episode. Until next time, enjoy the journey and keep loving life.